Let's talk about when the first pancake is a mess or the sixth coaching session. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. The sixth coaching session in an engagement, what happens around session 5 or session 6. So you may not see a cello, and this is part of the cello series. Why do you not see a cello? Because I picked up my cello this morning and it squeaked and it squeaked, and even I couldn't show you my beginner mindset and showing you the cello. It just squeaked. I could not get good sounds out of it right now, even with my elementary song of Go Tell Aunt Rhody. So I thought I would show you a clip of a phenomenal cello player, but really just talk to you about the expectations for the sixth coaching session. That might sound a little weird to you. So let me start with the first pancake. I am from Russia originally. We came as part of the wave of Russian Jews leaving Russia in 1980. And I speak Russian to my parents. I speak it to my kids. They don't always answer in Russian. And there's a story in Russian about the first pancake. Now, once you hear this, you may always think about this every time you're making pancakes. In a batch of pancakes, the first pancake is a mess. The first pancake is it's a mess. The batter is not quite right. The degree of oil and frying and heat and batter, it's just all a little bit of a mess. And you try and you kind of spatula, you try frying it in the pan, flipping it. The first one doesn't look so nice, maybe doesn't taste, it usually tastes pretty okay, but sometimes doesn't taste so great. So that's the first pancake. Now, you might remember that next time you have pancakes and your first one. It's true. In fact, I've told this to a friend, and I've literally had a photograph of a first pancake texted to me, as in, this is the truth. That happens with the first pancake, but we have that expectation. And once we have that expectation, it's okay, because we know that that first pancake is not going to be as great as the 10th, or even as the third, or even as the second pancake. So we know, and when we know, we can prep for it. We don't call people to the table yet when it's the first pancake. We might call them to the table once a few of them have been made. Sometimes if Russian people make pancakes a little bit different, or potato pancakes like latkes, we make them while people eat because you can make so many and people eat so many. So it's not like we make a bunch and keep them warm. We just make them while people eat. So you know about the first pancake. Now let me tell you about the sixth coaching session. And I will just extrapolate that to the sixth session of anything in your life. The sixth session when you go for your physical workouts with your trainer. The sixth session for me with cello playing. So in the first few sessions, you're getting this incremental growth. You're feeling like, hey, I can actually sort of hold the cello bow. I'm getting it. I'm sort of figuring it out. I'm sort of figuring this out and that out. I'm getting it. But then at session 5 or 6, you just feel like it's sort of failing and falling down. That's the sixth session. Now, you know, I'm an executive coach, so I have fifth and sixth coaching sessions with clients and leaders all of the time. So one thing I do, and by the way, I got this from Margaret Greenberg, who's my co-author on my book. As you know, I've mentioned her name often here, and she's been a guest on this. Margaret told me this years ago. She just said, "Do you notice there's a little bit of a drop off or a lull around the fifth, sixth coaching session? It's an energy drop off." And that's true. And once we know about it, we can plan for it. So today is all about planning for your flat pancake, your first pancake, and all pancakes should be flat, but this one might be a little more flat and have some strange shapes to it. So planning for your first pancake and planning for your fifth or sixth coaching session. I'll give you a personal example before I get into the research. The personal example is I did not play you any cello today. And this is part of the cello series. Why didn't I play you any cello? I sat down with my cello way back there. It's beautiful. It looks great. There it is. I'll show it to you. It's an excellent cello. I could not get a non-squeaky sound out of my cello this morning. I'm telling the truth. I would play you Twinkle Twinkle. You've seen me do that. I couldn't do it. So I tried different things. I retuned. There's a cool thing that you can do, which is you rosin your bow. So you rosin it. This is so funny. So if you play violin or any string instrument, you're probably thinking, Senya, okay, big deal, you rosin. But for me, this is new. I've noticed my kids doing it. I now know that I'm supposed to do it. This is one of the things you do, is you care for your instrument. You take care of it in this way. You check the tuning, you take the rosin off the body once you've used rosin often enough, which I haven't yet. I'm in week 3 of cello playing. All that to say that I couldn't get a sound for you, but I'm going to play you a sound that's phenomenal, and I highly recommend you all follow her. She puts these up on LinkedIn. She's makes my day every time she puts one up. And I want to show this to you as an example of what would happen should we get past the 5th or 6th coaching session. And with the 5th or 6th coaching session, I tell my clients, so around session 4, I tell them, hey, you see how we've been making progress and you've been getting towards where you want to go? Just know we're about to get to session 5 or 6, and that's going to be a little bit of a bump in the road. It's not going to feel like you're making progress at as fast a rate. But hold on, it'll come back. Just hold on. So in the context of this, let me show you this phenomenal cello player for a few moments, just so you can see how amazing cello really could be if you're not me at the beginning, but you're actually someone incredible like this, who is, I believe she plays for either the Paris or the France orchestra, because just from following her. This is Julie Sevilla Fraise, I think. So here we go. Enjoy. Amazing, right? Just, I mean, amazing is an understatement. So get past the 5th and the 6th session and get to a place where you're taking care of what you need to get to the 7th and the 8th session. Today is the Cello Series. It has been about that first pancake, which is not going to work out. It has been about that 5th or 6th coaching session, which we know is a little bit of a bump in the road. And it has been about, hey, if you do persevere, these are ways and directions that you can go to. So more generally, research basis wise, you've heard me speak about confidence and efficacy and Albert Bandura. And you've heard that one of the 4 ways to most get confident, but also not just get confident. Who wants confidence for the sake of confidence? To get confident for the sake of becoming better and becoming more competent at the same time. One of the 4 ways Albert Bandura recommends and has found in his research is role models. Oh my gosh, is she ever a role model for me? So, you know, I joke with my friends that I'm in my 40s and I'm figuring this out, this cello. What if when I'm 95, I will perform? Who knows? But in the meantime, consider the research on role models and think of who would be a great ritual role model for you to follow. And perhaps that ritual role model is somebody that you can have all around you. For example, she posts on LinkedIn regularly, and I call my son in who's taking cello, and we watch. And she posts really small, beautiful segments. I'm going to link to her right now before I forget, so all of you can see it. And it's amazing. I'm going to link to the specific one that I've posted here. Here you go, everyone. And I'm going to link to her in general. And my question for you is, what are you doing where you're breaking through that 5th and 6th coaching session? What are you doing to make sure the 2nd pancake turns out better? Please let me know in the comments right now as I get the link to her so you can follow her. I've been following her ever since I found her on LinkedIn. Here we go. And this is the link to her profile on LinkedIn. What are you doing to get past the 5th or 6th coaching session? And it's not like get past. Coaching's amazing and your coach will take you through in a great way, but to get past that bump in the road. So I'm taking more care of the instrument itself with the rosin and everything, and the instrument, and trying to figure out where that squeak is coming from. So really just slowing it down. And I'm also following a role model like her. And you know I follow Kaysen on YouTube. So I'm following something that will, my son, he's definitely a role model to me in cello. So those are a couple of things that I'm doing. Delightful to have you here today. Look forward to seeing you again. We are here every day, Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. All the best. And try to figure out, what are you doing to get past the first pancake?